In the beginning, a long time ago, in a beautiful place called the Garden of Eden, God created the very first humans, Adam and Eve. The garden was full of lush green trees, colorful flowers, and a variety of animals. Every day was perfect, and the sun always shone brightly. God created Adam from the dust of the ground and breathed life into him. Adam was the first man, and he had the important job of taking care of the garden and naming all the animals. He named the lion, the elephant, the giraffe, and even the tiny ants. But after a while, Adam felt lonely. God saw that Adam was lonely and decided to create a companion for him. So, while Adam was sleeping, God took one of Adam's ribs and made a woman, Eve. When Adam woke up and saw Eve, he was very happy. They became best friends and enjoyed exploring the garden together. The Garden of Eden was a paradise. There were trees with delicious fruits, streams with crystal clear water, and animals that roamed freely. Adam and Eve could eat the fruit from any tree in the garden except one, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. God warned them that if they ate from this tree, they would surely die. One day, a cunning serpent, who was actually the devil in disguise, slithered up to Eve. The serpent whispered to her, "Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?" Eve replied, "We may eat from the trees in the garden, but God said we must not eat from the tree in the middle of the garden or even touch it, or we will die." The serpent slyly said, "You will not surely die. God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." Eve looked at the fruit from the forbidden tree. It looked so delicious and tempting. She thought about what the serpent had said and decided to take a bite. Then she gave some of the fruit to Adam, who was with her, and he ate it too. As soon as they ate the fruit, Adam and Eve's eyes were opened. They realized they were naked and felt ashamed. They quickly sewed fig leaves together to cover themselves. When they heard God walking in the garden, they hid among the trees. God called out, "Adam, where are you?" Adam replied, "I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." God asked, "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree that I commanded you not to eat from?" Adam said, "The woman you put here with me, she gave me some fruit from the tree, and I ate it." Then God asked Eve, "What is this you have done?" Eve replied, "The serpent deceived me, and I ate." God was very disappointed. He told the serpent, "Because you have done this, you are cursed above all animals. You will crawl on your belly and eat dust all the days of your life." To Eve, God said, "I will make your pains in childbearing very severe. With painful labor, you will give birth to children. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you." To Adam, God said, "Because you listened to your wife and ate from the tree, cursed is the ground because of you. Through painful toil, you will eat food from it all the days of your life. It will produce thorns and thistles for you, and you will eat the plants of the field. By the sweat of your brow, you will eat your food until you return to the ground. For from it you were taken, dust you are, and to dust you will return." Though they had to leave the Garden of Eden, God still loved Adam and Eve. He made clothes for them out of animal skins to replace their fig leaves. Before they left, God promised that one day someone would come to crush the serpent's head and bring people back to God. Adam and Eve left the Garden of Eden and began their new life outside. They had children and started their family. Though life was harder now, they still remembered the garden and the special time they spent there with God. Adam and Eve's story teaches us about obedience and the importance of following God's instructions. It also shows us that even when we make mistakes, God still loves us and has a plan to bring us back to Him. And so, the story of Adam and Eve reminds us of the beginning of humanity, and the never-ending love of God. Even when we falter and stray,